They hung up. Hello?
You're not the same person from before. You clearly have no idea what I'm trying to say. This is not worth my time. I should probably call someone else. I have another number to try.
How did you find this number? You're literally calling from a random telephone in Elmore Mall.
This is perfect. You'll work just fine.
Oh, you're the ominous online investigator that tries to call people about crazy achievements in a way you think that is scary.
You somehow already know who I am.
Yes, I know who you are. Now why are you calling?
Okay. I will give you a hint so you can understand.
I'm not playing your stupid game. Just talk to me.
Oh my god!
Hello?
Okay, fine. I want to improve.
What? You want to improve?
Yes. I thought it would be interesting to try a challenge like this just to prove it's possible. But everything feels limited when you're forced to push things away. You don't get a choice.
Then actually play a wave level? I don't know. Try something else.
That's not what I mean. I'm telling you that it's done.
Are you about to mention that you want to do a montage of the other levels?
Yes, obviously. Can I please present it already?
Okay, fine. You can show it.
Finally. What you just did is not the end of your journey.
Wow, that was pretty cool.
Do you understand everything now?
Yes, I understand what you're doing.
Great.
Ugh, I'm so sick of talking in that voice.
Yeah, I was getting a little infuriated because I know what you sound like.
I guess there's nothing else I need to talk about.
Are you finally going to play a wave level?
When I get the chance. Obviously.
Good. That girl needs to stop finding random numbers and calling them. And she really needs to stop doing that voice because it sounds like she looked up an ASMR tutorial while being sinister about someone who rode a shark with professional supervision.
Jump the shark!
Huh? Gumbo!
I never thought I'd see the day. But here we are. I wonder how everything went there in the second half.
So it keeps affecting me more and more that all I want to do is give up!
No, stop! Where are you going? Yeah, I'm sure it went how I needed to.
Don't tell me all these years you just miss your way.
Huh? Of course not. I don't miss it that much.
Hey, it's okay, don't cry about it. You can use my wave anytime you want.
No, really, it's not a big deal. Stop rubbing
Please
me. I'm
don't
not gonna cry.
You can
Did
tell
you
me
forget
anything.
this was an
I'm
accomplishment?
all here for it.
I can claim my free perks and stumble guys. Cause that's a pain.
Yes! Yes! I made Necromancer! I made it! Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god! Epic! I made it! Oh my fucking god! Oh
Your
my...
mic is cutting out.
Oh my
I don't
god!
know what you
Oh my
did.
god! I beat Necromancer! I beat it! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
GG's. It just like said a random thing, and then that's all I hear.
Now I got to send this to Will. I did it! I'm done! Well, here we are. The finale and pretty much the end of the WAVELESS project. I honestly don't know what to even think. This is still a mysterious project to me for why this became a reality and how I was able to persevere through this whole thing. I played so many other things on the side that I could have done, but for some reason I just couldn't pull through with any of them. But this worked out. I don't know. I think it was just really difficult to play levels that would actually help me improve my overall skill. If most of the levels I try are not going to be as fun and a bad experience comes along just to ruin everything, it's not really worth it. And that's pretty much why I wanted to do something different. So I continued with this project in particular and kept doing more hard non-wave levels after Congregation, since I had other levels lined up when I was going for Congregation. I think this whole thing was a little overdue, I won't lie, but it could have definitely went on for a lot longer for the levels I had originally, so I had to do something about that. But I think I'm satisfied with what I replaced for the second half of this whole thing, even if it was much harder to deal with since all of the experiences were not that good. That's why I was hoping to end this with a good note, but sadly it didn't want to be that way. And this is especially why I wanted to end with Necromancer. For once, this is one of the skill-based levels that I really liked for once. I really like Necromancer.
I think Necromancer's fun.
It is just a super buffed remake of a really old level that also has some interesting gameplay choices. But I think for a remake, it does a really good job, and that's rare to say for most of the super buffed levels. Having a level mainly focusing with the gameplay, since the decoration isn't really over the top, it's just really red and like, that's about it. But it generally makes me appreciate about focusing on the gameplay more and worrying what I have to deal with. And that's literally why I love simple styled levels, since it really just expresses the gameplay overall, and that makes me want to focus on that more when I try to beat something. I know that Necromancer is meant to be challenging. It gets much harder as you progress, and the gameplay is going to feel a bit repetitive in some areas, but it was still fun to play. Not once I didn't dislike playing it. I just really didn't want my experience to be a total dump. I spent so much time on this project, I thought it would end up being disappointing since it's all been terrible experiences constantly. I just didn't want this to be a bad conclusion. But once I actually finished it, I knew that I no longer have to feel limited playing specific levels. I knew that I can actually try other things. I knew that I actually did it. I did what I wanted to accomplish after feeling stuck for a while with this whole entire project. It's actually over, and now I'm able to make this now. Just to share a couple things about Necromancer, nothing too much since the gameplay is pretty basic and I had fun with it. The only thing that was a rough choke point was the 30% ship. The big portal and the blue portal transition is an obvious one, but I wouldn't say that was a huge problem since it really depends on the yellow portal before the transition, and it wasn't that bad to read it at all. I got better at it. It's just the structuring of the part itself that feels awkward, since the spikes do the upside down right side up pattern, making it look like how it is, and the hitboxes are not that accurate, so it makes the movements for the ship a little annoying, especially the ending. Oh my god. Everything else was fine. There were many other choke points, yeah, but it didn't bother me that much since I had to expect them anyways if the level is meant to get much harder as you keep going. The only thing that I was really wrong about, and it took me until after I beat it, was 98. It's not in a way that I thought it would be, but apparently there is still somehow a huge difference, a very big difference for practicing a part and doing it multiple times in a row than just doing it from zero. I'm not kidding. This one yellow orb timing for me was the very last hard thing in the level that I had to worry about, since everything else beyond that was really consistent. Like, I could have done this at any moment if I passed that click. And there were so many early lineups for the last click in the UFO, but I was still able to do it anyways in practice, even if it was not the best. But from zero, it's a different story. Literally, the attempt I beat it, I had the best, absolute best lineup that I could have had. Maybe I could have had one extra frame, but who knows. But I still clutched 98 even after getting that insane lineup. It's obvious now why 98 is stupidly hard after looking at it, but it was still annoying to think about how doing it in practice was super consistent, and then from zero it's a frame perfect. So yeah, it didn't help getting 98, and then my experience started becoming a downfall. And especially when I got it again. And yeah, I think you can tell why I made that. I'm not going to say more. Anyways, now that we're done, I want to quickly go over the ranking of every single level from easiest to hardest. This is just my personal opinion, and also due to the fact that I do not have the average skill set, so it's not going to help either way. I don't want to try to go in depth with everything because I could just sit here and talk about this for like 20 minutes straight. But I also want to save that for a completely different video where I go over my entire journey of the whole WAVELESS project. That is something that I've been wanting to make for a long time. So we're just going to quickly go over the ranks. Number 10, Searcher Difficult. The level that started it all, but it's also the level that I'm not sure how to rank it, so it's just been always the easiest one of the entire thing since I have no idea how difficult this is overall. But it's still a difficult level, obviously. At number 9, we have Fusion Dynamics. Yes, there are 2 versions of this level. Yes, I did the updated version, but there isn't that many noticeable changes with the gameplay and the difficulty when I actually played both versions. Yes, the updated version is much easier, but it's still ridiculous to grind and took so much effort to be in the first place, so that's why it's on here. For number 8, we have Lumina. It's a very long level. The beginning's probably the harder part of the level, but it gets consistent, so I just kept failing at the drop a lot, even though that's also consistent. I'm not sure why that had to be. For number 7, this is probably where Necromancer is going to go. I originally thought it would be a little bit lower, but after what I went through, no. This level is definitely much harder than it was, and it definitely deserves to be up here. For number 6, we have For number 6, we have Quantum Dynamics. Do I really need to share anything about this level? Just watch my Quantum Dynamics video. Maybe I'll give more insight on the journey video, but there's literally nothing I need to share about this level if you already know what my experience was. If not, then just go watch the video, please. Now we're in the top 5. Number 5 is Dump. All cube time-ins, and that's about it. It's just really hard for being a short level. At number 4, we have Congregation. Man, I really wish this was so much better because literally every attempt on this level is more than a minute long, and if you spend a lot of attempts on it, you're gonna have so many minutes where you get like 30% in the way of the level and then you have to start all the way over. Oh my goodness, it's a lot to take in if you don't know that this is gonna be draining. For number 3, I know this feels a little bit crazy to put it right here, but I really don't have a choice because even if it was the hardest for me, I just had the right expectations of what I need to expect for a level that was 100% going to be a new hardest, and especially what I'm getting myself into. So number 3 is Lotus Flower. I don't believe I can think of another level that really tries to express the gameplay more than Lotus Flower. It tries to push so many unique skill sets that you don't get to see every day, and that's why I love it so much. At number 2, we have Sank, the other hard cube level, but this one obviously tries to push its maximum limit for the cube game mode, so yeah, this level's just impossible. I really wish it went better since I spent so much effort, way more effort than I needed to just to beat it. I like it more now ever since I beat it, but wow, it was ridiculous on how much it took. And at number 1, we have Shard Escapes, a level that uses only robot, and at the time it did try to push its absolute limits with the robot game mode. So this level wasn't easy at all, especially since I did this on a lower refresh rate, and especially since this was the biggest mental battle I had with any level. Probably not by that much because of the time gap between every single level I'd be in on here, but it was still really rough regardless. And there you have it. That's the list. Wow. I cannot believe that this is the end of a journey where I spend so much more effort on levels that don't have a single wave, but now I'm able to move on and try to push everything further with other skill sets that I've probably never done before, and that's going to be pretty fun to try out. I obviously can't wait to explain my entire WAVELESS project in the future, but for now we're going to move on. Hope you all enjoyed this big mysterious project, and yeah, I'll see you all next time. Take care, everyone. You know, you can end right now. Why is this? What? You don't do this normally. You end. You do the fade thing. What is going on?
You do realize that this is a video, right?
What are you talking about? This isn't an ARG conclusion that I'm trying to give. Why is it acting like I have more? Huh? What are you doing? You're not supposed to show this! What is even happening? Is this seriously not real? Is all of it just a simulation?
Now you're understanding the logic of talking to a screen?
It's not that I... How am I going to...